Hey everyone, welcome to the show everyone. This is Mike with Door and Lock Tips. And you guessed it, we're going to be talking about Schlage. I love the stuff. I got a whole box of locks. I'm going to be pinning these up. Where do you think these came from? They came from Schlage, S-E-C-L-O-C-K. Great lock. I got them at such a great price. They were on sale. These things are substantial. Has the 2-inch shackle. I like that because you can get any chain on it. It's all brass. Has a great embossed name, Schlage. You can repin them. These are to SC1, so it's Schlage. Their brand, their cylinder, their lock. So I got it from Schlage, the internet. I only paid a little over 38 bucks a lock. You can get these from Amazon, but highly recommend that you open an account with Schlage. They are the best in the business, bar none. And they sell every top-end, high-end product in the business. If you're a locksmith, you can get Medico. You can get that. You can get anything from Schlage, including you can get great deals. So let's pin these cylinders up. I'll show you just how they come out. Got 6 of these bad boys, and there's the key. I got them all keyed differently, and I'll collect the pins from these and keep the keys and tape them together so I have a switch out someday. Who knows? They're all name brand, so I don't have to worry about the pins being inferior. Schlage is the best, in my opinion, for padlocks right now. For the price, 38 bucks. You can't beat it. They won't always be that price, but pretty much Schlage runs sales from time to time, and you better run into it. Run before they stop the sale. Schlage, you're going to love it. So let's get into the show. Here's the company. It's Schlage, S-E-C-L-O-C-K. There's the locks, and I'm not kidding about that price, $38.12. It's the KS43F2300, and it's the 2-inch shackle. You can't go wrong. Schlage. Yeah. It's about that time to hit the like button. Look at this lock. Is this fabulous or what? Let's throw some light on this subject. Oh man, this is a great lock. I'm loving this lock. You will not be sorry. This will last for years. Schlage is tops in the business. Ah, I love that click. And you remove the cylinder by taking this screw out that's way down in there. That's how you get it open. And look at it, it's got a nice little protection so it doesn't scratch up your lockers. These are going on chains. Great lock. I even like the embossing of Schlage. And you can key it up to your house if you want. There it is. Schlage, one of the best padlocks in the business. It's a commercial lock. But you can get it from Amazon as well. But Schlage is the way to fly right now. Looky here, guys. The keys even are stamped Schlage, and there is the bitting. Can you believe it? It's right there. All stamped in. They're 5-pin locks, just like your house. So you can match your house key with these. That's what you want, don't you? Yes, you do. All you got to do is repin them, and you're going to use that pinning kit. We're going to pin them right now. Let's get into the show. I love Schlage. It's a great product. Here's the locks. They come all nicely boxed. There is the part numbers if you guys need it. And here's the locks. Here's the keys. They come 2 keys to a box. If you buy 6 of them, you'll get a full carton of these bad boys. Straight from the factory. Look at that. Schlage to the rescue. I got these in just a couple of days. Look at the finish on those bad boys. KS43. You can repin them to your house, your business. Oh, it's so nice. And that's hardened. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Anyway, this is a great lock. It'll last for years. Let's pin this bad boy up. Yeah. Well, I took the lock apart and pulled the cylinder out just to give it a dry run before I showed you guys what was going on. And my Amazon knockoff nut remover for the back of the cylinder to get the plug out, it really didn't work out too good. So you're going to see the nitty-gritty of it all. Let's get back to the show. Now you may have to modify this tool in order to take the nut off. These are from Amazon and they're a little rough on the inside. So if you take a file and file it out, the barbs, not too much, but you know, enough, this will fit over and will go on just like that. Try that, the file. I wish that tool would have worked. You'll see in a couple of minutes. But I'm showing you guys here how that tailpiece lines up. And I took a picture because once you take this apart, you might forget how that went in. So there's the picture. It's worth 1,000 guesses, I guess. I guess? Yeah, I guess. So take a picture and you won't make a mistake. Let's get back to the show. Also, I take a marker and mark the front of these cylinders. Let me just show you. I mark this part right here. That way I don't forget which is front and which is back, because sometimes you can put them backwards by accident and you'll regret it. That's your tip for the day. Mark the front and you'll be happy. And also make a picture of the back of your cylinder so that you don't put that in backwards, because that has to go, that little tail piece has to go on the inside of this lock, inside that clip. There it is, and it can fall out, see, just like mine just did. Without further delay, we're going to go ahead and pin up a Schlage padlock. Okay guys, so let's repin these. I have 6 of them, and this should give you a pretty good idea what's going on here. First of all, you unlock it. You can take your key out. Take your screwdriver. I got this at a show. Von Duprin. Take the screw out. You're probably best removing the screw totally. Oh, I dropped it. And then there's that clip on the inside. So you can set this aside. You lubricate on the inside of that before you put it back together. You want to mark the front of the cylinder. You can put this aside. This retains the housing inside of the lock. That tailpiece has to be kept in that configuration. So I took a picture of that so I wouldn't forget. I filed out the inside of my Castle nut remover. This is that retaining nut and a clip that holds the tailpiece in place. Take this off, and if you don't own one of these, I'll put a link down in the description. You've got to get one from Amazon. Now, they don't have to be real expensive, but I had to use a file to fix this one. I wished it would have worked out. That little pin, let me show you this pin. There's a pin right here. It's spring loaded. There's a spring underneath it. And when you use this nut remover, it pushes down that pin. Isn't that cool? Hey guys, this might have worked, but it won't work on this padlock tailpiece. Look at that. Fraught with danger. And there's that pin. Oh, highly suggest you get the lab tweezers. There's all kinds of tweezers on the market, but these are the best in the world. Take it from me. This is my tip for the day. Buy the lab tweezers. They work everywhere. They go in your pinning kit so easily. They fit right in there and you won't be sad. This one's universal. It'll go either way inside of that hole after you put the spring in. So the spring just fell out. That's why it's good to have a pinning station, and this pin goes right in there like that and spring loaded. Best to take it all apart. I think I'll take this off. If you go to a show, you're going to get all kinds of stuff like this. Put this over here. Housing and the plug. Now, how do we get that out of there? Well, you got to have the original key, or you're going to have to shim it. When you put in this original key, you can turn the plug, which is this part, sideways. So you can turn that sideways. And you have to do that because that's how you remove the plug from the housing. Otherwise, these top driver pins are pushed down in the plug, and it pushes the pins down, so you need the key or shim. Now we're going to push this out. I've got a really cool, I mean, this is cool, right? Look at the color of this thing. I wonder if it's any good though. It's angled right there. That might give me some trouble. I usually use lab follower. See, there's no gap there. But this is one from Lockjaw MMK. I don't know, I just bought it because it looked kind of cool, but I'm thinking all these things are probably, yeah, they're pretty messed up. I don't know, if you're serious about working on stuff, you're going to have to take a grinder and flatten that out. He made it on a printer. Let's see if it works. All right, I turn the key. Let's just make sure. Turn the key sideways. See if I get caught up with the top. No, I don't. So that does work. And I know this is the front now. So I just set this aside. There's the pins. Notice how flush they are. Beautiful. Now what I'm going to do with these bad boys is I'm going to save these pins, and I'm going to save this key, because this key is already stamped with that bitting on it. So that first pin is a 7. So I want to save those things. So how do I do it? don't want you to forget where to get these locks. SECLOCK, SecLock. They're a great price. Got to open an account with these guys. How are we going to save these pins? Well, I like to take a little tape, run it over the top, and then drop the pins out. Just like that. Push the pins down and then run the tape over. There we have it. So this first pin is going to be a 7. This is the bow and this is the tip. And I take the key and I wrap it up this way. And I take and tape it nice and good. And there we have it. Okay, now I got a whole set. I can use another lock in the field. I just grabbed this. It's already pre-stamped. They went to all this trouble. They cut it from the factory and it's got Schlage on it. That looks pretty cool, right? There we have it. Tip for the day. Here's the key I'm going to use to pin this cylinder to. Now notice there's no Schlage word on there, but it says SC1, which is great. And that's gonna be the keyway, SC1. And notice this is 6-pin. But it's pinned 5. So it's drilled 6, pinned 5. That's kind of cool. But I use an SC4 key. It would go all the way down to the end of that cylinder. Pretty cool. Let's pin this bad boy. I already got the pins set out right here. I'm going to use my lab tweezers. Ooh, I like these labs. Look at how nice those are. So that's number 1. You always start from the end of the plug for number 1. This glows in the dark. This is from the same company, by the way, as the follower. So it's made by Lockjaw. It glows in the dark. Let's see if I can get that to happen. I can't, but it is glowing. Kind of cool. All right, so now I just take the first pin and you put the conical end down. Notice it goes right in the key, just like so. Put in our pins. 1, 2, there's no master pin system here. 3, 4, and this is going to be our 5th pin. These pins are made out of nickel, so this is a commercial pinning kit from Schlage. I really do like it. It's not a knockoff. It is factory. It's a few bucks more, but you get so much in it. All right, there, it's pinned. That's how simple this is. Now let's test it though with the key. You don't want to go too fast. Let's just see. Oh yeah. Now all you do is you turn it sideways. You don't want to go straight forward like that, because that first hole will catch all the pins and you'll be jammed in there. So remember, it's only a 5-pin. You could put 6 in there if you had a different key. I don't mess with the top drivers because they're all the same for this setup. You don't have to worry about that. Yep, it's perfect. A little catch right there, but you know, that will wear off. It's all brand new, and that's how it really feels from the factory. So that's good. Now when you pull this out, you gotta hold your fingers right here and pull that out like that. If you were turned just slightly, I'll just show you what can happen. If you're turned slightly and you go to pull a key out, you'll just wreck everything. So take your thumb, push against it like so, and there you have it. Now your key's out. Now we got to put it all back together again, which isn't hard, okay? Really isn't. If you have your lab pinning tweezers, you can put this all back together again. We're going to put it back together. You take your small spring, that's for that tailpiece. That's why you want a pinning mat. Gotta have a pinning mat. There, I put it right in there. Right in that hole. I take my universal retaining pin, put it in there. That's all spring loaded. Now I'm going to take, this is the tailpiece. Now which way did it go? Because I took a picture of it like so. So now I know that this goes like that. See the match? Oh! But you can get mixed up, and then you put it all together and it won't be right. Wouldn't that be sad? So here's our nut. You take and put that on. If you can get it started just slightly, it's not a bad idea. Because you don't want to cross thread it. And turn this on. Got it cross-threaded. There we go. Now, how tight do you make it? Do you just crank it up? Here's kind of a rule of thumb. So that pin goes in these little notches on the nut, and you can turn this, well, I really cranked it. You can turn this to make it a little play between the plug and the housing. Now what you kind of want, I do 2 turns. There's 1. Varies with the quality of the cylinder. And there's 2. We're going to test one of these cylinders. I'm going to see what they have it from the factory. See, what'll happen is you won't be able to get the key out if it's too loose. That may be too loose. We'll tighten it up 1 more, and we'll see. Yeah, just 1 on these. This one's done. We're going to put it back in the lock, but first I'm going to lubricate this. This is what I use to lubricate. I make my own splooge. It works so good you can't believe it. I mix it up and then suck it up in a syringe. Here it is right here. So I've mixed it. It's Tri-Flow and Lab Lube. Okay, I mixed it all up. And then I take my syringe and I stick it down in here. You're gonna get a pretty good consistency. It's kinda not watery, okay? A level of firmness that's gonna hold in your cylinders. This will not jam up your cylinders. I use it in Medico. It is a great product anyway, just Tri-Flow, but it doesn't have the amount of Teflon that I want to put in there. Lab Lube is all Teflon powder, so you got to mix it up. Do not get this in your mouth. Wash your hands thoroughly. I am not responsible for anything with this product. I'm just telling you. So you don't have to use it if you don't want to, but highly suggest it. You can go down to a craft store and get that syringe. I suck it up and then I'll load it on the inside of the cylinder. You can get this from Amazon. It doesn't take much. I put it right there. That's exactly where you need to put it. And then you can put a little bit right back here. And that should do it. Forgot this top part here. All this does is hold the housing in place. We got our tailpiece in the right spot. Everything should work. If you're careful about this stuff, you won't make mistakes. And I'm going to drop this screw in here. You don't have to reapply Loctite on it. That's called encapsulated Loctite. So what this is there's beads of Loctite they put on from the factory, and when you turn this, it breaks the beads. So it looks dry, but it's really small, like encapsulated, they call it, encapsulated balls of Loctite. Just need a Phillips tip. Tighten that up nice and tight. Now on this particular lock, I will spray it later, right before I put it in, so I don't have to get it all over myself. You don't have to put any lube in there unless you want to. I mean, it just goes right here on top. There's a drill hole that just goes into here. This holds, this part right here, holds the shackle, and you can replace the shackle with a shorter shackle. Extremely good lock. So let's see if our rekey job, I just cut this on an ITL, this key. See if everything works. Oh yeah! So that's how it's done, guys. Please subscribe to my channel, tell your friends, and we'll have more of this stuff coming your way in the future. Yeah. Great stuff. I'll spray some lube in there too. Bye now. Literally, bye now from Schlage. Don't leave now, there's so much more. Stay tuned for the bigger picture. Yeah, let's get to it. Now, if you stay till the end, I'm going to show you a trick. All right, a trick in the end. But I'm going to go ahead and do all the rest of these cylinders. Now, I received these locks in about 4 days when I ordered them from Schlage. Can't go wrong with Schlage. I mean, look at them. Great, all brass. And then that hardened steel. And the 2-inch shackle, that's the way to fly. If you have a business, you can key these up to your front door or whatever you'd like. All the same if you order them that way. Now this tool, what a piece of junk. I couldn't get it to work with this cylinder tailpiece. It was jamming on the side of it. This follower, not a good idea. It's orange and it looks cool, but there's little lines in it from him printing and it's jamming up in the cylinder. Isn't that cool looking? I love those pins. Reminds me of a car motor. Here's the setup. Schlage's commercial pinning kit. If you get the commercial pinning kit, you'll get all Schlage's pins. They're made out of nickel and highly recommend you buy this kit. Look at all the goodies that come with it. Doesn't come with that little shim ninja though. That is so cool. I love that shim ninja. But look at all the pins. I marked the sizes. Oh, I love that shim ninja. I show you later how to use it. Stay till the end. These pins are beautiful. All nickel. Schlage makes such great stuff. I like to save all the old pins because the factory set it up. So they're all nice nickel pins. All I got to do is write bow and tip, and you've got a setup. Why wouldn't you want to keep these? I've got a whole bag of these just in case. I kind of like the in case stuff because you never know, right? Gives me something to hold on to in a Ziploc bag. I don't know. That lab tweezers is the way to fly, guys. I'm on that fluorescent pinning stand. Now that thing actually glows in the dark. I don't know why I like doing this kind of stuff. Look at this. It's like working on a car motor or something. Yeah, I'm saying that's good. Everything's working fine. Lockjaw. It's all printed stuff, but you know, it's very inexpensive. Why not buy it? What's it gonna hurt?
Look how well built all this stuff is. Now you buy these cylinders with the padlock. And that padlock is so reasonable if you get it from Schlage. Schlage is pretty great company. I hate that tool I'm using. I tried everything to get it to work right and it just jams up. I finally gave up on it. All it's doing is galling up. Yeah, I wish that worked. Put down in the comment section, put down in there if you've had the same problem and what you did to resolve it. I ended up ditching this thing and just using a nice specialty tool from Coverts. They make all kinds of goodies. You gotta have something to push that pin down. And this lock pick is not your preferred tool, let's put it that way. Gotta have that nice and tight. These cylinders in particular, with that tailpiece, it's got to be real tight. I mean, just like almost binding tight. Otherwise the key locks up in there. When you pull it out, you jam the key in there because the plug wants to come out a little bit and the pins get cocked sideways in there. Look at how much trouble this stuff's giving me. All because of that pin in the end there. Gotta remember to put that lubrication in. If you don't lubricate it, it's gonna be kind of hard to turn. And the lubrication will give it a little head start before it wears in. Aren't these nice locks? Imagine trying to manufacture that for 40-something bucks. Look at how easy that drops in. That's so great. You can get this in quick set. You can get it in all kinds of flavors. I ordered it just the Schlage model because that's what's keyed on the building. Whoa, what a lock. What a lock. I really love these locks. They're so professional. When you hand the client over a factory lock, a Schlage factory lock with this 2-inch shackle and that nice thick shackle, not the paper thin stuff, it's so much better than a knockoff. You feel good about it. You know you're not going to have any problem with it, and the client is happy.
We're going to try something different. This may or may not work. Let's see. Nope. So that doesn't work either. I think it'd work for all occasions, but it doesn't. So this is not going to work on these cylinders as well. Now I got this from Covert. This will save you. Just push that clip down. boy, you know, that does not want to go down. That is freaky weird. I wonder if some way, I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it, about that.
When you're doing this type of stuff with locks, you got to have a bunch of little parts and pieces, lock parts, you know, like hooks and different stuff. That's why you need a room where you have all this in one place. Aren't those cool? You know, most people never get to see the inside of a lock. Now I'm saving these pins again. I save all the pins and put them with the keys that came already cut for these pins. If you like this idea, leave a comment down in the comment section, please. And put a time marker on your comment. You know how you can push that time marker? That way I know where you were at in the video. It really helps. You know, this would be a good time to hit that like button as well. I'm hoping you're liking what you're seeing. And you're seeing what you're liking. Yeah. See, there's more for the Ziploc bag. Oh, man. Too much fun, huh? I mean, what else would you be doing right now? Kind of fun to watch all this stuff. I wish I would have had videos when I was learning this. I could have watched this kind of thing and saw how it all worked. I don't really think YouTube was capable of turning out such high definition stuff. I mean, look at how clear this is. Now see the burr on top of those chambers? That's what I'm feeling in the cylinder. So they drilled them out and their drill was, it must have been dull. And it threw a burr up on there. Still, this is so much better than a knockoff. I mean, really. Knockoffs are, they're okay. But man, for a few bucks more, you can get the real McCoy. Name brand stuff. That follower is causing me all kinds of trouble. There's little ridges in it. Now if I had a proper tool, I could put this cap back on easily. I bet you this would cost you so much time if you were trying to make a living doing this. You'd have to come up with a way of doing this correctly. Please, if you know how to do it, if you've done these like every day, and you got your own little special tool, let me know about it. Drop a link down in the comment section, and I'll go get that thing. We're not talking big bucks here. 10 or 12 bucks, you can get pretty much any of these little tools. Now I'm glad I took a picture of that tailpiece, because you get that in there wrong after going through this trouble getting that cap on there. Look how hard it is to push that pin down. I don't know why it is. It just doesn't want to stay down, doesn't want to go down, and the cap doesn't want to turn. It's getting caught on that tailpiece, on the sides of it some way. What would I have done without this tool? Really pays if you're looking at stuff like at Covert and you see something, a little hand tool or something on sale, go ahead and put it in your shopping cart and then think about it a while and go back and buy it. You gotta have these things. See, that was jamming up there, so I have to tighten it all the way up. And the lubrication, very important, that special mix I've got. Isn't that nice? I'm liking it. When you hand this to somebody and say, I've got it all keyed up to your house or your business, they'll be like, wow. They'll be mystified. They won't believe it, actually. And they'll say thanks so many times. And you'll be happy because you solved their problem. And you guys get to see the inside story. Yeah. Here's another one. Imagine doing this in your little pinning room. One of your friends comes over and says, hey, I need some locks. You go, oh, okay. How many do you need? Get them the name brand stuff. Don't go for the knockoff stuff. Schlage, Yale, Sargent, all the good stuff. And even this Schlage, right? The Schlage model. I've got a tailpiece problem. This is so aggravating. You see that key? It's hanging up. Now it's hanging up because that nut is not tight enough.
We know this doesn't work, right? So we'll just set this aside. What about this one? Ooh, this is a factory model. No. Factory model, okay? This was in a Schlage kit. And it doesn't go over at all. How about this? No. That's an obsolete item. Let's see if it works though. Nope. It don't even work. This I bought, I don't know, this is for some kind of lock. I think it's a West lock or something. Maybe I can push down the pin with it though. Hey. Leave a comment down in the comment section. Please help me out here. Why isn't this working? This works nice though.
I was just looking on Amazon, and you can even get the pinning kit straight from Amazon. I'll leave a link down in the description. Amazon's a great place to pick up these locks as well. I would get them from Schlage themselves. They have a store on Amazon. They're reasonably priced, and so is this pinning kit. $180 for the pinning kit, and it will last you a lifetime.
So make it click all the way till the end. Let's see, where's that? Right there. Wow. Yep, just a half a turn. Now it comes out. Tip of the day, you better have that nut tightened up correctly. Put a little splooge in here. That'll make it all turn nicely. This company makes the best cutaways on the planet. This is not junk. These are really professional models. If you're into lock picking, lock sport, you're going to need these locks called cutaways. So we got one left, guys. One left.
I said there was going to be a surprise. Here it is. Let's get back to the show.
I'm glad you stayed till the end. I'll tell you about this. Uncut key. You stick it in here like so, and you use your shim ninja. You stick it back here, and you pull, and you slide your shim in here. This is going in slowly. Some of these are harder than others, depending on the tolerances. Got jammed in here. Best to keep the key around. What you're trying to do is push the pin up enough to get in the shear line with this shim. Sometimes you gotta. There. See how that jumped forward? Some days are better than others on this. I like this little tool. This is why you stay till the end. See, you don't have to cut yourself with this tool. I think it's made by HPC. I forget where I got it. It's a shim holder. Boy, this is tight as can be. Almost.
Remember those round burrs on every chamber? That's why this is not going through there.
I don't know why that's so tight. I didn't think we were that close to tolerances on this. Maybe I've got it. Yeah, I got it. All right, you notice I've turned the, well, this is the plug. And you can take this out. I've turned the plug. I'm going to mark this side of it. I don't even have a key. I do have a key, but just trying to show you what to do. So keep one of these in your pinning kit just for fun. You never know. So that's my tip for the day. I'm glad you stayed till the end. I don't know if I like this funky orange thing. I kind of like my white one. It works a lot easier. This is from Lab. I don't know, maybe there's some kind of crazy lines on there. Oop, you know what it is? Hear that? There's lines on there and it's hanging up. That's wild. There's no lines on this. Slippery. Plus it's white. If I get a light here, I can see into it really easy. All right, let's get rid of these pins. Get some more tape. What a mess. You know what? I got another cylinder I gotta do. Great. I thought I had, I thought I had them all done. I guess not. Too good to be true. Oh, Mike. This stuff is sticky. Scotch tape to the rescue. Great company. This company is the best. I bought knockoff tapes and they get gummy and everything. You're better off with the name brand stuff. So let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're right. I got one more to go. Oh no. And I'm playing around, not getting this job done. Good thing I can't fire myself. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm trying to show everybody stuff. Please hit that like button. You know it's time to do that. If you care to make my channel more seeable, that's a word, to other people, hit that like button. You always want to test the key. Sure enough, see them huge burrs on the chambers? That's why that Shim Ninja wouldn't go through. You could have a pin out of whack. You know, your pinning kit can get a little sloshed around, and these things happen. And the next thing you know, you've put it in wrong. You slide this all together and it locks it up. Oh yeah, I like that follower a lot better. Just slides like butter. Don't forget to mark the front of your cylinder. Let's get it together. Whoa. Boy, imagine trying to manufacture that. That's a special part. That's probably more than the whole lock. That tailpiece. That is a fancy part. They're like, yeah. The guy that invented it, he's thinking, oh, somebody finally appreciated my hard work. I'm sure he got paid for it. Imagine if we're making a clock. Little watch. Boy, you ever see that on YouTube? There's some guys, they are so cool at doing that. Restoration work on watches. I highly suggest you watch some of those, get it, watchmakers. They got every fancy tool known to man. And this is tough to do. All right, now, hopefully this is it. Yep. Put a little splooge on that. Doesn't take much. Put a little down here. This will pay off in the long run, guys. This lock will last so much longer if you lubricate it. Trust me, the owners are not going to open this up and lubricate it. They'll spray it with like WD, and then you got all that mess. Got to have the word up. Isn't that sweet? The screw's already in there. Sometimes it just stays in there. But you can drop that on the ground and then you'll be sad. You'll say, oh no, what do I do? I don't really know what you do. Do I have any extra screws in there? No, my kit doesn't have an extra screw, guys, because, you know, it's not made for these type of situations. Oh, I got one more to go. Here it is. Wow. See how fast I can do it. Hold on. Let's start. This pick stand from Covert, and I'm using a different kind of pick on it. Lockpickpros.com. These are carbon fiber, but they want to stick to these things. So there's our locks. I don't want to scratch them. Let's get all these locks together. Oh, they're beautiful. They're heavy too, guys. Oh, man. Oh, wow. Oh, look at them. Aren't they beautiful? Please subscribe to my channel, guys, for more door and lock tips coming your way in the future. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoy this type of content.
It's hard to know what everybody likes. I had to put these locks together, so I thought, hey, I'll shoot a video on it. Please hit that like button and subscribe. Tell your friends. Share this video. That would really help. And especially hitting that like button. Maybe leave a comment. I sure appreciate it. Thanks again. This is Mike with Door and Lock Tips.